What's going on, boys and girls? So, doing something a bit different today. We have a black silky chicken. Um, these are, you can typically find these at most Asian markets will carry them. If if they have the Buddhism exemption on them, they won't maim them. So they'll leave the feet, they'll leave the neck and the head, they'll leave them completely intact. Um, so now with the silky chicken, they're actually typically they have a real fluffy, soft feather on them, white feathers on them. But their skin, their meat, their bones, everything is entirely black. Now, they are close to tasting a chicken, but a little bit of similarities to a duck as well. So um, they're a little bit richer. They're just it's a good flavor. So what we're going to do to balance that out um, is we are going to make a smoky arugula chimichurri. Just going to coat it up, and we're just going to toss it in the wood-fired oven and just do a nice high temp roast on it. I'm not going to be concerned about throwing any amount of smoke in it or anything like that. They're small. There's not as much meat as you would find on a normal sized chicken. So we're not even going to go through all that. I just want to throw some heat at it. I want to roast everything nicely. I want to roast it quickly. I want to lock in all them juices. I want to crisp that skin up, and we're going to enjoy it. So I am going to leave the head and the feet on the bird because I do want to roast them because I'm going to cut them off afterwards, and I'm going to use them to make a nice stock, and I think it'll be super good. Maybe, maybe not, but that's my plan anyway. So, but I do want to roast them first, just to really kind of get that wood flavor in there, and get the chimichurri style in there, things like that. I think that stock will make just like a really kind of a nice gravy almost. Not necessarily going to use the gravy on this chicken. I haven't quite decided yet, but I want to have them anyway. So we're going to leave it intact. It's creepy as shit to look at, but I think it's going to be good, man. I think it's going to be good. So that's what we're doing today. So real quick, I have some Ancho chilies, just in the pan over here. I'm bringing those back, and we're going to whip up our chimichurri. So let's do that. All right. So here we are over here. This is what we got going on. We got some baby arugula. We are going to toss a nice handful, maybe a cup or two, in the food processor over here. Yes, I know. Standard chimichurri, basil, and I'm telling you, arugula makes a damn fine chimichurri, man. Like, seriously. So then we are going to just rough chop these. Don't need the whole thing. Maybe about a quarter onion. We just want a little bit in there just to give her some bite. And then we're going to do lime here. Squeeze about half of that in there. Here, let me put you up. Let's see what the hell's going on, I guess. There we go. Nice juice in there. We're going to do this whole guy. Squeeze as much as we can. We're going to finish it with some of the zest. So nice acidity in there. Beautiful. Brighten it up. Now we got some olive oil. We just throw some in there just to start. We will add, to get to the texture we want. And then we have a couple of cloves of garlic here. I got 4 of them. 4 mediums. Just going to smash them. And we're going to just toss these guys right on in there. Just like so. good on just about anything also. So chicken, beef, you name it, man. Good stuff, good stuff. So now we got that. Throw a little salt in there, a little pepper in there. And we're going to give her a start here. So I'm going to run this, but I'm not going to add any more oil until I check it. We want to knock our sides down. All the heavy stuff will fall towards the bottom. So what that did was get our garlic and our onions and everything like that caught up ahead of the arugula. So now we're going to toss a little more oil in there. Definitely tell we're going to need it. We want it a little bit thick because we want it to stay on the bird. Because we're actually going to coat our bird with this. So for some reason, my lid is not working the way it's supposed to. There we go. And we're going to definitely need some more oil. Once you see everything spinning, then we'll know. The oil is going to help with the chicken as well while it's roasting. So I'm starting to turn. I think it might be good, guys. That actually looks pretty damn good. Check this out. This is the texture we got going on. Oh, man. It smells so damn good, too. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Let's make sure, shall we? Make sure we did all right. Beautiful. Okay, so now I didn't want to emulsify these, so this is why I did it like this. So now we are going to take our reconstituted ancho chilies here. I'm going to just take one of these guys out. We're going to leave the liquid in there. Save that liquid too. That's seriously good stuff, man. It's chili water, man. Come on. What more do you need? So we're going to take this guy, and I'm just going to rough chop it real quick. Just to break it down a little bit. Leaving everything in it. And this is going to add nice smokiness, richness, some depth. It's going to be good. I'm just going to let that turn. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Look that up. Oh, man. Ancho chili arugula chimney, man. Look at that. All right, let's get back to the bird. All right, so here we got our black Silkie. We're going to pull off our Buddha exemption tag here over here. That is on there for life. There it goes. Damn, man. I guess I'm going to have to get my other hand dirty. All right. So, going to put this over here like this. I already cleaned out the inside, anything that was in there, all that other good stuff. So, I'm going to roast this side up. Keep her down just like that. So, what we're going to do, trying to straighten out that back a little bit. It's like a mini pterodactyl, man. All right. So now let's do this. We're going to take some of this, and I am just going to coat. We're going to treat this almost like a wet rub, you know. And then we're going to let this sit for a little bit while we get the oven going. Let it do its thing. I won't be using this for anything else, so I'm not concerned with putting my hand in there after touching demon chicken here. Now we're going around this side. Put some of that in there. Just like so. This is the side we're going to roast upwards. So I'm just going to do a nice coat on here. Some of that in the cavity. Make sure these wings are coated nice. We'll pick at those for sure. Getting all the nooks and crannies. The thighs. Look at that. We are good to go. That is beautiful. So I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to actually put it back in the fridge because it's a small bird. I don't have to worry about the meat cooking as quickly as everything else. There's a lot of freedom there. So I'm just going to load this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw a rack underneath here when it's time to cook with some foil underneath and just roast it right on this rack. All right, so we're here out at the oven. We'll get this guy going. And I'm not going to even bother with that, so let's just push them back there for right now. All right. So we are going to take, just chopped up a couple of small chunks here. We're going to get her going. Use these guys. Got some shrapnel down here that I'm going to burn up. Use this little kindling here. Made a mess. I need a kindling splitter. Hand doing that with an axe is a real pain in the ass, man. Using 3 of these because, as usual, I am short on time. So we'll get it going real fast. And we're going to do that. So I'll probably end up using about 3 of these small splits. That should take me to about the 400 that I want to go to. Like I said, we're doing a quick roast on these guys. And when you're right by the fire, it works. still get all that beautiful flavor. So I'm going to cross that thing right there. All right, so I'm going to let that get going and get a nice little bed going on, get some nice heat, get a clean burn, some nice clean smoke. I'll probably throw just this final kindling split right here in the oven. So let that warm up, quicker ignition that way. And we should be good to go to get our chicken going. All right, guys. So our wood got us right where I was talking about. It's a little over 400. I'm cool with anywhere from 400 to 450. Really, I won't get mad. So let's do this, shall we? Nice fire going in there. Nice smoke. Here's our bird. Ugly as shit, but I bet you it's gonna taste good. I'm gonna throw this guy right on in here like so. Stick him towards the back a bit. Ho ho, yeah. All right, guys. I'm just gonna let him go, and I'll probably spin my tray once, depending on how it's browning. Like I said, the way this thing cooks. I got heat coming from all directions, so she roasts really, really well. It seems to be pretty uniform when it comes to what it does to the meat. So, but we'll see what happens. So, shouldn't take long. We're roaring at a nice temp here, so everything should tighten up real good. That skin should get nice and crisp. The chimichurri should kind of just melt in and over, and all that other good stuff. Should be pretty damn tasty. So we're just gonna let it roll. I'm gonna pull it at the normal, 165, whatever. I'll do a little spot check here in a little bit, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys. I just checked it. We are at temp. Check this guy out, man. She looks good. Oh, man, look at this thing. Listen, you ready for this? Oh, nice and crispy. He ain't smiling anymore, but come on, man. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? So, all right, I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to let her rest for a little bit, and let's cut into her. All right, guys. Let's see what we did. Oh, man. I know it's hard to see, but look how juicy that meat is inside of there. Oh, shit. All right. So, first off, we're just going to come right in here. And I want one of these legs off of this guy right here. Try not to maim the carcass because I am going to use this to make some serious stock, man. I want to cut a slice off so you can see the meat itself. Still see me? Yeah, okay. See how the meat is? Black as well. Let's see what we made. Wow. Oh, it's fantastic. Super, super good. Give somebody a chicken wing like that, or a chicken leg like that. I'll bring that up to my wife. Watch her throw it at me. All right, so it's so small. I'm going to need to just take a minute here and try not to destroy everything. Just kind of break through, let the bones just pull out of their joints a little bit. It's a nice little wing. All right, so now let me slice a chunk of this breast off here. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy? Let's try this guy. Oh man, it's delicious. Absolutely delicious, man. All right, I am going to butcher this down, dig into it the best I can. I mean, you're definitely not feeding your family off of just one of these guys, but the flavor is so good. It's just not what you would expect. There's almost a different texture. I guess you would say almost like a duck type texture, minus all that extra fat that duck has. But it is absolutely fantastic. And I did want to add, I know a lot of people have a hard on about things, when you see certain recipes cooked in certain units or, applied to certain types of meat. Now this recipe is seriously fantastic on chicken. I mean, I've done a lot of high heat chicken. Chicken responds really well to it. Um, it just does. There's not a whole lot of fat. There's not nothing. So when you just throw a vast amount of heat on it, it cooks quick. It stays juicy. It's just good, man. So, and the chimichurri on there just kind of melted into everything, made this beautiful crust on the outside of the chicken. It's good stuff, man. So you don't need one of these ridiculous chickens to do this recipe, you know. And hell, you don't even need the wood fired oven. You can do it in your regular oven. You can do it in your smoker at higher heat. It's the same thing. So, but that's it, guys. That is a black silky chicken. So that's all I got.